Hey everyone, Ghidoricon here. I'm back now after having a long time doing exams and stuff and not focusing on videos. So I thought I'd bring you a comparison video today. Do a double review of a similar character. Well, the same character basically. Today I'll be comparing the R&M series Kamen Rider Odin with the Figma Kamen Rider Wrath. Just get him to stand up on his own. So basically they're both Kamen Rider Odin from Ryuki, although of course the Figma version is made for the remake in America, Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. As you can see, for a start, the Figma version is a bit taller anyway than the R&M version. To go over sizing quickly, you can use, of course, you can use them for either of their own series, the Figmas or the R&M. Although, well, of course, if you probably want to use him for the Figma ones rather than him because he'll be taller. Also, if you've got the old Sochoku Henshin like Shinigo here, stupid figures, then these two actually pair up quite well because they were made around the same time in back in 2001, 2002. As for other lines, WFC and that lot, bit big. If you really wanted to do that sort of thing, I'd say go with Figma for sizing it with WFC, and the same thing goes with the SH Figure Arts. See, they're not quite, they're a little too small, but yeah. So that's what you would go with. Okay, first talk about their sculpt. Having been made a bit longer ago, the sculpt on Odin is not quite as good. These hard plastic, they're a bit too large. Not as much detail on the chest area. The crest is a bit too big. Apart from that, it's alright. The Figma version is a lot better sculpted, as you can see. Falling up here, it's a lot smaller, shoulder pads, more show accurate design. A lot more moulding in here, quite nice to see. Also got the belt, which is basically the same on both of them. Same arm guards, and pretty much the same legs. So for that, if you want something based on appearance, Wrath wins this one. Colour wise, I'm inclined to say Wrath is better, but some of it is a bit too orangey rather than gold. It's or at least it's a lot deeper gold. Whereas Odin has, I'd say he's closer to the show colours, a bit closer than him. They've sort of made him more elaborate. Articulation wise, I'll go through. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So that's 6 on each, so that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. 22 points of articulation on the R&M Odin. As for Wrath, you've got 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that's 11 altogether. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18 on this one. So in comparison, Wrath actually has fewer articulation points. Although one reason he has less, of course, is because Odin has just the one set of hands which will open and clasp. You can do a few things where, like he's having a cup of tea in a posh manner. But he has different hand sets, as I'll go on to in accessories. So yeah, as you can see, Wrath is turning out to be possibly the better figure for this, although he's got a bit more articulation. Bit more. As for accessories, I'll start with Odin, so I'll take him away. Of course, you've got his staff, which can fit into his hand quite easily. And he can just be holding that, whacking people around the head with it, dropping it in this case. So yeah, that's one thing it comes with. The other thing, which is one of the reasons I bought this figure in the first place, is that you get Gold Phoenix. And doesn't he look fantastic? Got the one wing here, very nice, blue gem there, same here but with a red gem. As you see, he's meant to represent the full survive cards down there, of the tail feathers on the back there. As for articulation, he can flap his wings, tail feather goes up and back, so can the legs, head goes up and down, bit of neck articulation, it's a bit hindered. And like the rest of the R&M figures, you can take parts of him to give to the rider. In this case, you can take out his feathers to form the gold sabers, which he can just hold in his hands and look kind of badass because he's one of the best riders in Ryuki. I mean, come on, he's named after a god, so what do you expect? So yeah, you can hold them like that. If you take them out, you can also take off the back, which becomes Odin's gold shield, which you can hold. Onto somewhere. Hang on, I'll get there eventually. There's no real hand grips for these, but anyway, yeah, you can hold on to the onto that. One of the other things I really love about this, though, is the fact that, as you can see, Gold Phoenix has those two pegs on the front. So if I just give me a moment to reconstruct him, which all of his, of course, all the items plug in, just like the other R&M figures like Ryuki, Knight, and all that jazz. What you can do with him, then, is you can plug him into these two holes in the back of Odin. So you could have him like this, as Odin's about to perform, I think it's called Endless Chaos, but it's his final attack where he does a kamikaze tackle. Or, if you take off the shield, just like that, flip the head back like that, all the way back, reattach it, like so, you get to do something that they never did in the show, but it is well known that Odin could do. You can put Odin into his survive form by giving him the Odin wings, which you've got to admit look pretty cool. Just have these big phoenix wings on his back like that. Now, the only other opportunity you're going to have to get Odin looking like this is if you get the big expensive